pues en 168 libras y obviamente mexicano nunca ha habido ni uno.
Lubin is a tough guy. Fundora is also a tough guy, but a very big and rangy and talented fighter. And that's what he did. He beat Erickson Lubin up utilizing his range, his punch output, and for him to have an 80-inch reach, his punches are precise, they're sharp, and they're strong. For him to be that lanky of a fighter and his ability to fight on the inside like that, and I told you guys, man, that uppercut that Fundora throws is dangerous. And he hurt Lubin with that throughout the fight, dropped him with the uppercut. I told you guys, Lubin had to use Fundora's weapon against him, especially because Fundora likes to fight on the inside. So therefore, if you're Erickson Lubin, that uppercut, you're gonna have to throw that uppercut more than you've ever thrown it in your professional career, because you're fighting not only the bigger guy, but this dude is tall. And in range like that, the best punch for you to throw is not a body shot, it's the uppercut. If you want to make sure that Fundora effectively, I told you guys, positioning was going to be pivotal for Erickson Lubin in that fight. And he chose to fight Sebastian Fundora, which was a bad choice. You had to box him, fight him in spots, but you had to box, utilize your positioning. Coach Cunningham for stopping that fight, because he seen that his fighter was visibly being disfigured by Sebastian Fundora. I mean, when I seen the shots of Erickson Lubin's face, you know what I mean? Like, you literally could not tell that was Erickson Lubin. You literally could not tell that was him. If you put up a picture of Erickson Lubin before and after, it looked like two different people. That's how much punishment that he took in that fight. And for Fundora to be that tall and that rangy, it may not look like he has power, but he does. He really does. You look at somebody like Tommy the Hitman Hearns, tall, lanky, but had great power. Fundora is like that. He's tall, rangy, and he has power in that 80-inch reach. You know what I mean? Has precise and throws precise shots. For somebody to have a jab range like that, he utilizes it beautifully. But I will say again, he loves to fight on the inside. So you have to take that away from him, push him on the outside, make him use that jab. And when he throws that jab, you move your head and you counter. Erickson Lubin was not doing that. And I don't know if he was getting that information from the corner, but if he was getting that information from the corner, he wasn't going back into the fight. And he wasn't implementing that game plan. Erickson Lubin, he chose to fight Fundora, and ultimately, when they go back, or when he goes back and he looks at the tape, he's going to realize that was a huge mistake. They interviewed Shakur Stevenson, and he said, you know what, that's my guy. But he wasn't showing defense. He chose to fight Fundora, and that was his mistake. And I have to concur. Somebody that big and somebody that skillful. I told you guys it was be like David versus Goliath. But both of these guys were skilled, but Fundora, being as though he has such a huge height advantage and such a huge reach advantage, Lubin, as much as he might want to fight Fundora, he should not have done that. You do it in spots when you got to get out of trouble. You might got to bang and mix it up a little bit. But I told you, he's going to have to bang, utilize that jab, reestablish your distance, get back on defense, set up your next sequence of shots. But sitting there and trying to physically brawl with Fundora, that's what he loves to do. And for him being a big guy like that, he's highly successful at it. But yet his opponents keep getting baited into that kind of fight. Like I said, I told y'all, don't sleep on Fundora. I mean, he looks like a straight geeky computer kind of kid, you know what I mean? But this dude is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about, not only about boxing, but see, that's what I love about fighters like that. Like Manny Pacquiao, nicest people in the world, great mannerisms, doesn't speak, you know what I mean, all crazy, doesn't talk all crazy. But see, when it's time to fight, when it's time to get into that ring, when it's time to put hands on somebody, savage mode, clicks in, you know what I mean? And these dudes destroy people. I love that. Because see, it doesn't matter if you have that persona of being a puncher or being dangerous or whatever. It doesn't matter. On any given night, that's the beauty of boxing. You can go into that ring and your opponent can offset everything that you do and totally change around everything that you know and are used to doing when it comes to the physical aspect of a fight. And that's what happened when Sebastian Fundora faced Erickson Lubin last night. I'm not going to say Lubin got exposed. I mean, he's a tough guy, tough competitor. He did knock Fundora down. Fundora knocked him down. But they both got back up. They both continued to fight. They both continued to press on. And a better man ultimately won. And for Fundora to be 24 years of age, Erickson Lubin is 26, with now 2 losses on his record. I mean, he still has, a decent career in boxing. You know what I mean? A lot of people are afraid to let that old go. But he lost to Jermell Charlo. Now that he lost to Sebastian Fundora, he lost. Those are worthy losses. You can't say it was close. You can't say that you got robbed. He lost both of those fights. So there's no reason to hang your head. You train, you fight on. And I believe if he stays with Coach Cunningham, which he should, he shall and he will be okay. And for Fundora, I mean, this kid has a bright future, highly talented. And with his size and his range and how he's able to use his size and his range, and he's going to continue to grow and improve on his skill set as a fighter. I mean, this kid is going to be a phenomenal talent. He's already a phenomenal talent. Just because he is 6'6", that looks like he's damn near 7 feet tall. He is damn near 7 feet tall. And his ability to fight like he does, especially on the inside, you have not seen that in boxing. You know what I mean? And for him to be able to do that, and he's going to get better. That's the scary part. He's going to get better. So if you are his opponent, the first thing that you have to do to beat Sebastian Fundora is work on your movement, is work on your spacing and your range. Because you can't beat this guy on the inside. Once you just hope the kid is okay, man. Because like I said, I mean, you could not recognize that was Erickson Lubin. And that was during fight night. So just imagine how after the fight, when he woke up today, all the swelling and everything, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully when he went to the hospital, because you know the ambulance was waiting, everything mentally will be okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully he ain't got to get like no plastic surgery, nothing like that, because he looked like a totally different dude.